Greetings, Voyagers. Well, I thought it was high time that I got a summary and an examination of the costs to build out my van, and also what a van dwelling budget looks like for me. So, low budget, low tech. I'm using my granddaughter's art supplies with her permission. This was the fastest and easiest way I could think of to do this. So, Vangazmic Voyage van build costs, not including sales tax and not including the cost of the van itself. So, let's get right into it. Building materials, $280.27. That would be insulation, plywood, wood, that kind of thing. Hardware, $132.89. Tools, $177.39. Paint, glue, and sealant, $73.41. That would include paint brushes, paint pans, drop cloths, all that stuff. Household. Now, household would be things like mattresses, sleeping bags, backpackers, camp stove, and all that kind of stuff. $494.76. Now, I haven't itemized any of the items up until now because we're all pretty much familiar with, we all know what plywood and insulation is. But when it comes to electrical things, it's a little different because it's kind of specialized when you're working with auto electric as well. So I itemize these things. My combination smoke and carbon monoxide detector, $39.97. 12-volt receptacles, those are all the little sockets where I plug in all my 12-volt devices into in the back, $25.98. A fuse block, $47.99. 4-port 12-volt USB connector. That's a receptacle. It has 4 ports for charging phones and things like that. Battery isolator. Now, the battery isolator does a few things that are really important. It connects my house battery to the alternator in the engine, so it can get charged whenever the engine is running. Now, that alternator also obviously charges the starting battery under the hood, so it has to do both of those things. And it will charge the starting battery first, and when that gets fully charged, then it will divert that current to the house battery. It also has a couple of interesting features. The thing about the isolator is it physically isolates the two batteries, so that when I'm drawing current in the back of the van, like I have my cell phone plugged in or I have the lights on back there, it's not drawing any current from the starting battery. So you're not going to run your battery down so your engine won't start in the morning. Hi there. So battery isolator is a good thing to have. It also has a little switch where if for some reason my starting battery should run down, and it won't start, I can throw the switch on that battery isolator and the engine will draw current from the house battery. So it's a backup to start your engine. That's very important to have. I could have spent more money and gotten an isolator that has a low voltage alarm and shut off, so that you don't drain your battery down. You don't want to drain your battery less than 50% because it decreases the performance and the lifespan of the battery. You'll end up replacing it a lot sooner than you had wished. So it's handy to have a low voltage alarm and a shut off, but those devices were like $200. I just make sure I monitor my system, and that's what this voltmeter is. I just plug it into one of the 12-volt receptacles, and it tells me how much charge I have left on my house battery. So I just monitor it, so I save some money that way. 12-volt LED light strip that's attached to my ceiling, $16.99. The 12-volt fan, which I don't use because it uses too much electricity, $19.99. And then my Max Air roof vent fan, which is critical for ventilation, for your health and safety, $171.95. Now, I don't do wiring. I don't know enough about it to do it competently or safely. So I'm perfectly happy to pay a professional to wire the van. And that's what I did. And that cost was $500. I had to pay $500 to have an auto mechanic wire my system. But it was worth it to me. So my grand total for all my expenses is $2,224.73. Not bad. Not too bad. That does not include, again, that does not include sales tax on the items that I bought. And it does not include the cost to purchase the van. The van was $2,100. So combined, the van plus the build-out cost would have been $4,325. Now, were there places I could have cut that budget? Sure. Depends on how minimalist you want to be. You don't have to have electricity in the back of your van. You can live without it. People lived without electricity for thousands of years. If you want to get really down to, strip it down to the irreducible minimum. So, you know, you could save yourself about $1,000 right there by having no electricity in the back. I could have shaved a little money off that electrical expenses because I installed 4 separate receptacle USB charger stations in the back of the van. I only used 3. So, you know, I could have shaved maybe another $15, $20 off the budget by only using 3. You could save a whole boatload of money if you didn't buy insulation. There are ways to do it for free. If you've been watching my videos, you may have seen my video on the Tale of Two Nomads with the guy Noah from Colorado. He built out his van with materials that he got for free where an apartment building was being renovated. He took paneling off the wall. He took a swag lamp, one of those big ugly swag lamps out of there. And he even took insulation. He took fiberglass insulation out of there and insulated his van for free. Paneled and insulated his van for free. I personally would never use fiberglass insulation, but hey, you know, in a pinch, the guy was on a limited, totally limited, almost zero budget, so he did what he had to do. So you could get your insulation that way if you wanted to. I don't recommend it. I don't like fiberglass because it's you know, airborne particles can get into your lungs. Enough said about that. Now, I used pink foam rigid panels in my insulation. You could totally eliminate all of that. If you're really down and out and really in a bind, you can insulate a van with cardboard. Corrugated cardboard. It's a good insulator. It's either cheap or free. You could buy those big moving boxes, the wardrobe boxes from Home Depot or U-Haul, and cut them apart and tape them together with packing tape, and just press them into your walls. And you could do a single layer, a double layer, triple layer, as many as you want. It does provide insulation, so cardboard in a pinch will do. It costs nothing. I'd be concerned about cooking with an open flame in the van if you had cardboard, and I'd also be concerned about dampness if they start to mold. Of course, the good thing is you can just tear it out and replace it. It's cheap, it's free. So you could probably, you know, shave another $120 off the cost of this van build by not buying insulation. Let's see what else. Yeah, if you don't want to have any electricity at all, you eliminate the the 12-volt deep cycle marine battery, the voltmeter, the battery isolator, the fuse block, all those things, you know, you could shave another $700 off the cost. So there are cheap minimalist ways to do it depending on how you want to live and what kind of comfort level you want to have. So all in all though, that's not too bad. $2,224. It's keeping my son and I safe, warm, dry, and you know, we're pretty satisfied with it. It's not the most comfortable way to spend a winter, but we survived it. So it can be done, and it can be done inexpensively. Now I want to get into what our van dwelling budget is, our average monthly expenses. What I did was, how I came up with these numbers is, I went back 3 months. I do all my grocery shopping on my debit card, so I always have an accurate record of how much I'm spending on food. And also anything I buy at Walmart, anything I buy in a store, I use my debit card for, so I can track my expenses. So I've totaled my expenses for the last 3 months divided by 3, and that's how I came up with an average monthly budget. So here we go. Our income, my son's disability and my Social Security retirement, our total is $2,542. That's how much we take in. Well, I'm going to go down the laundry list. Yeah, I'm going to go down the list here. I have laundry at the top. This is in no particular order. We spend about $25 a month on laundry, $11 for Netflix, $90 for various miscellaneous things that come up every month. There are too many small things to itemize, so I just lumped them under a miscellaneous item. $74 for my storage unit, $20 for our Planet Fitness so we can shower, $108 for my Verizon, that's my phone, my smartphone, and my son's phone, $31 for Geico insurance on the van, pretty cheap, $567 at the supermarket, which is food, $117 a month at Walmart, which is both food and other items, about $60 a month for gasoline, $1,103, which means that after we cover all our living expenses on this budget, we can save $1,439 a month. That's pretty good for an elderly retiree and a disabled person living on their benefits. I finally found a way to beat the system. Okay, we can live in the van, have our needs met, be reasonably comfortable, and still save $1,439 a month. That $1,400 is going to buy us a newer, nicer, bigger van in about another 4 or 5 months. So, you know, I don't need the money to produce my YouTube channel. That leads into a whole nother discussion for another time. But I wanted to just, you know, give you guys an overview of what it costs to do this the way I did it and to live the way I do. And I think a lot of people can do it this way, especially if you're handy with tools and you do the work yourself. You know, you can survive on a minimal budget. So, and still save money. Now, if I was living by myself and I didn't have my son and with his income, I'd probably only be saving about $400 or $500 a month, just living by myself. So this living arrangement works well for the both of us. And that's it. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, and we'll see you next time.